Other than that, for those of you with children or adults who act like small children around free beer, keep them by your sides and off your shoulders at all times. If you're ready, we're going to go ahead and follow Monica out.
We're at Curve. No, it looks like Curve, but it's pronounced Quiver.
No.
Yeah, it was. It was pronounced Quiver.
It's Curve, I thought.
No, it was Quiver. The lady at the damn thing said it was Quiver, but we went on this trail the first day we were there. Mm-hmm. And this is where we turned around because all the ticks.
Massive amount of ticks. Jonah had like 15 on it. Oh my God. They're in his pants. Mm-hmm. Everywhere. It's insane.
So we went back, and this little bird, we called him one leg. So he kept going by our campsite every time we were outside. So we fed him food.
He kept coming back. Same guy.
So Peg Leg Pete was our friend for the weekend. We also went to the Budweiser factory. What's it called? Brewery.
It's a heck of a factory.
I don't know. They make Budweisers.
The factories where they make laptops or something.
So we had to wait for like an hour for a tour. And here's the tour guide.
But first, our history begins with two men, Eberhard Anheuser and Adolphus Busch. Anheuser left Germany in 1843, selling first in Cincinnati and then coming here to St. Louis. He was a soap manufacturer by trade and actually had the largest soap and candle company in the region. However, by 1852, he realized that beer tastes a lot better than soap and candles, so he invested in the Bavarian Brewery, which opened stores on these very grounds. And by 1860, he had bought out all the other investors, changed the company name to E. Anheuser & Co. Now, it is around this time that he met a young Adolphus Busch. Busch was born in 1839, was the second youngest of a relatively small family of about 22 children. Obviously, he had 21 great reasons to leave home, which he did at the age of 18, coming to St. Louis via New Orleans and the Mississippi River. He had a job as a riverfront store clerk, but at the age of 21 was a partner in a brewing supply company. So it is through this enterprise that the two met. Eberhard Anheuser likes Adolphus so much, takes him home to visit his family, most importantly his daughter Lily. You can probably assume how that went. Eyes met, sparks flew, they each other on Facebook. By 1961, the relationship status says married. It does go with that first Anheuser-Busch name connection, and Adolphus came to work for his father-in-law. However, it's important to note that around this time, there was no such thing as a national brand of beer. So if you wanted a St. Louis style beer, you had to come to St. Louis in order to get it. Adolphus Busch didn't like that. So in 1876, he got together with his friend Carl Conrad. They created an American style lager beer that would transcend the tradition of a local brew and exceed everyone's expectations. They named that beer Budweiser. They named it Budweiser because it would appeal to fellow German immigrants, plus it's easily pronounced by Americans when we've had a few too many. So it became our flagship brand, and in 1879 we changed the company's name to Anheuser-Busch Brewing Association to recognize Adolphus' efforts. Sadly, the following year, Eberhard Anheuser did pass away, so Adolphus took over as president of the company for the next 33 years until his own passing. But that's enough about the history. Let's go ahead and talk about your tour. So it's going to last roughly 45 minutes to an hour. We're going to visit our Clydesdales, our Beechwood aging cellars, and our brew house. We'll finish up here in our beer garden. This is a working brewery, so just a few safety precautions. There's no eating, drinking, or use of tobacco products along tour today, so for those of you that already have beers, go ahead and finish those off. You can leave those on the any of the tables or up here on the windowsill. You can't drink aside from the samples that we give you. There will be 2 sampling opportunities. I'll let you know about those ahead of time so you can have your IDs ready. In addition to that, stay between Monica and I at all times. If you lose us, you find security. Security's nice, but they're also really bored. They're just going to give you right back to your car and some awkward questions. But stick with us, we've got free beer and some corny jokes. And I promise we are the better of those 2 options. In addition to that, feel free to take pictures, just do so in a timely manner. Please do not stand in the middle of the street to do so. Actually, just throughout the entire tour, please do not stand in the middle of the street. Stay on the sidewalks when you can, aside from when we're actually crossing the street itself. Other than that, for those of you with children or adults who act like small children around free beer, keep them by your sides and off your shoulders at all times. If you're ready, we're going to go ahead and follow Monica out. Please show Adam your natty
We got to see the cool horses.
Clydesdales.
Clydesdales. They were awesome. And then, this is their famous stables.
Stable, yep.
They were really pretty. All horse stables should look that pretty.
I think the horses make more money than I do every year.
I bet they do. I learned on a video they have to have all white feet in order to be a Budweiser Clydesdale.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. They can't have any brown on their feet. Their feet have to be like shoes, basically, of white.
Oh, and this is the, I forgot what this room is called, but basically where they keep all the bridles and stuff for each horse. Each horse's custom-made bridles. Alright, and here's some of the pictures that we took. Let's see. This is, the big-ass, I don't know what they're called, vats, tanks.
There are lots of beer in them. Lots and lots of beer.
This is the malt house. I'm not sure exactly what they did. Here's our kids outside the malt house. Being our kids. These elephants had some meaning. I forgot what they were. Something with the World's Fair, probably. Wasn't it?
I can't remember. I'm going to look it up because I forgot.
We'll look it up. I did remember them saying that those tanks, they held like, 3,600 barrels or whatever. And it said if one person drank one, I think 20 ounce or 24 ounce beer every hour, it would take them like 150 years.
Yeah, 155. I do remember that number.
155 years to drink a whole thing if you drink one beer an hour. So, and here's our first sample.
That's our free beer.
Yep. And then this lady explained the whole process to us, but I forgot what the whole process was. So. This is where what was this restaurant again?
The Spaghetti Factory. Didn't we have like kind of crappy service there?
Yeah, but it was busy. And they had a train car in there.
Well, it wasn't really busy. They had all those darn, they had a whole big wait, but half their tables weren't even filled up.
Here's where we walked towards to go to the arch. We took some photos there. And some video. Didn't get a chance to get to the top. I think, was it closed that day?
No, they had sold out of all the tickets that day.
Yeah, they had tickets.
And we didn't feel like driving back down into the city the next day because it was insanely busy because it was 4th of July weekend.
Oh, and also there was a baseball game that day too.
Yeah, that's why it was so busy. Because they sold out quicker than they typically do.
So we just kind of hung out at the park and took some pictures, and you'll see a few selfies here.
We'll probably go, obviously we'll go there again so we can go up in it.
There's multiple attempts of a selfie.
It's hard to get a selfie. And we only had, 4 kids with us that day.
Yeah, and Carson wasn't there, so that piece of bread was signifying where Carson would be. And then back to the park, they had a pond or a lake or something. We took our stand-up paddleboard out there, but didn't get any pictures of that.
That was pretty fun.
This was the next day back at the campground. I saw a cat back there. I think it was a feral cat from one of the farms, but it was sitting there staring at me. And there you go. obviously very well fed. So this was our trip down to just north of St. Louis, right?
Yep.
To Quiver River State Park.
It's Cuivre.
Yeah, I'll put up a little text thing in there to show how it's spelled.
Oh.
It was pretty cool. They had a little boat launch and stuff. They had, what else? They had tent sites.
We had a beach.
At a beach.
At the lake. That was pretty decent. I mean, it was pretty busy. And then on the other side of it, you could take canoes or paddle. We took the paddleboard out.
What are you whispering?
I'm not. But what else? Oh, kayaks. You could rent kayaks.
Yeah, you can rent kayaks, canoes. We brought our own paddleboard, but we didn't know how to attach our camera to it. So that's it. So I don't know. Like, subscribe, comment, do what you gotta do. I don't know. I'm new to this YouTube stuff, so you guys know how to do it. Anything else?
No.
All right.
See you later.
We're gonna try to talk more often.
Give it a shot.